Hey, what's up everyone? Today we're going to talk about Reforges. What are they, where can you get them, and what should you do with them? Let's get started. Reforges are tools that allow equipment to be specially modified to get special attributes. Some of these things may include simple things like max damage increases, extra defense, protection, or magic attack. These are pretty straightforward. However, once we start talking about Reforge attributes like effective range for bows, final hit cooldown, and allowing a human or elf to charge without using a shield, you can start to see how Reforges can add up to allow a militia to be far stronger than they ordinarily would be without them. Reforge effects, by the way, can generally be placed onto any equipment in-game. Now let's start with our first Reforge, and take a look at what we get. We'll start our journey with a basic reforging tool, obtainable from any general shop. When we use the item, we'll be met with a lot of information on the UI, but here's what you need to know. Before you get started reforging anything, you should have an idea of what attributes it is you want for your item. This can be checked by clicking the option in the Reforge UI after placing your item inside. It will also let you know what the maximum is for those specific attributes. When you click Reforge, your item will gain at random 1 to 3 lines of attributes. It will also be assigned a rank, with 3 being the lowest and 1 being the highest. We'll talk about what these mean in a moment. For now, let's talk about what these reforging effects actually do. In this example, I got a pretty bad reforge. It essentially increases my strength when I'm in Dark Knight by 2, which is as bad as it sounds. I also received 1 out of 10, for a total increase of only 2. At rank 3, you can obtain a certain level maximum out of your highest option, meaning at rank 3, you can never obtain the full 10 out of 10. This increases at rank 2, and finally at rank 1, you can obtain the full amount. This, however, does not mean your item once reforged will gain the maximum possible. This is of course reliant on RNG where it has some play. So ideally, you'll want your items to be rank 1 to be as strong as possible. Now you may be asking, if it's randomly assigned, how do I re-roll my reforge? And how do I get the highest level attribute? Good question. In order to change your reforge attributes in rank, you will have to obtain other reforges to reforge your gear. But before we discuss how to get these, let's do a quick recap. Reforges allow items to get special attributes depending on the type of gear. In order to gain the highest level attribute, however, your item will need to be rank 1. Each time your item is reforged, it will obtain a random set of attributes, and may rank up or gain more lines until it has the maximum available. The chance of this happening, however, depends on which reforge you use, with some having higher or lower chances. This brings us to our next segment on special reforges. We'll talk firstly about the most easily obtainable reforging tool, the Journeyman's reforging tool. This item is obtainable from most dungeons and shadow missions, and comes from the calcified form which has to be opened to yield a random amount depending on whether or not it is the basic, intermediate, or advanced forms. Regardless, the tool you will get will be the same however. These tools come with a major caveat however. If your item has more than 1 attribute unlocked, that is to say it has more than 1 line, it will remove all of them but 1. And whatever attribute you do gain will only be 75% of the strongest at maximum. Meaning, if your item is rank 1, it can only achieve 15 out of 20, and never 20 out of 20 with this tool. Now you may be thinking, that kind of sucks. What's the point of this tool? The primary function of the Journeyman's tool is to use them en masse on one item to get it from rank 3 to rank 1 without using any of the other reforges on it first. It is important to note, however, that it may take several hundreds of these tools to go from rank 3 to rank 1, and there are only 60 available each day for a total of 420 a week. Now let's talk about precise reforges. These tools act very similarly to the cash shop reforges, where they have a much higher chance of increasing your lines and also increasing the rank of your item when compared to that of the Journeyman's. These can be obtained by spending dungeon vouchers, by completing dungeons in the dungeon guide, the adventurer shop, commerce, and other various methods. The maximum you can obtain a week, however, is only 17. These tools are your best bet in terms of free-to-play options, and it is recommended that you spend them on items that are already rank 1, as you will likely only be keeping attributes after they are rank 1. Finally, this brings us to the cash shop tool, the Exquisite reforging tool. This tool has the exact same properties as the precise reforging tool, however now upon use it generates a hope essence. These essences can be exchanged at Lasar for the following items. 15 essences will grant you another exquisite reforging tool. 50 essences will grant you a surging hope gem, which will guarantee an item once reforged again will become rank 1. And finally, if you exchange 7 hope essences, you can obtain a blossoming hope gem, which will guarantee an item to get 3 lines of attributes when next reforged. These items can also be obtained from the auction hall as free-to-play options as well. Another benefit to the Exquisite reforging tool is it enables items to potentially be limit broken, which basically allows them to go beyond their normal maximum. This is very rare and completely random, but it is unique to the Exquisite reforging tool. Now that covers all of our special reforges and how to obtain them for this video, but now what should you do with them? Most reforges like Max Attack and Magic Attack are good on almost every single item that can get them, and are generally the best in slot reforges. However, there are many reforges and many combinations that can make a pretty unique skill set. Here's some of the most popular reforges that people generally go for. Humans can greatly benefit from a final hit build, where reforges like final hit cooldown on helmets, final hit duration on body armor, and final hit teleport distance on the feet can work in concert to make a really strong final hit build. A mage specializing in Hailstorm as their primary DPS can greatly benefit from Ice Mastery damage on their helmet or accessories, Hailstorm strike range on their body, Magic Attack in both their accessory slots and magic weapon, as long as with a potential Hailstorm max damage as a sub-roll on their staff. If you want to know what are the best reforges for specific use cases, I highly recommend to check out the Mabinogi Best in Slot Guide, which I will link in the description. This is generally one of the best resources for planning out what reforges you'll want in your build, as I would no way be able to cover them all in this video. So yeah, that's the video. I hope you found this informative, and I hope you now have newfound confidence when it comes to reforging, and it's not as daunting as it might have seemed. I do realize that there was a lot more information surrounding reforges that I didn't actually cover in this video, and that was by design. This is in no way supposed to be a comprehensive video, as I didn't want it to be 30 minutes long, but it is supposed to be a nice entry for individuals who are either beginners or don't really have much experience reforging to begin with. So I hope it aimed to succeed for those individuals. If you do have any comments or want to add anything to the discussion, feel free to leave a comment on this video, as I did work really hard on it, and I'd like to know what everyone's opinion is on how I did. I hope you find this new style of Mabinogi videos informative and also entertaining, and as always, I hope to see you all in the next one, and thanks for watching.